The city is working with Montgomery County to expand Washington, D.C.'s very popular capital bike share system into this area, into the city and into other parts of down county Montgomery. It's like a bike transit system. It's a bike sharing system. It differs from a bike rental. There's these stations all over the city or all over the area, and you can get a bike for short amounts of time, usually just for a one-way trip, from point A to point B.
A lot of families actually bike together in Takoma Park. You see in the morning, if you observe this area right around the community center, there are families, the dad or the mom riding with even a couple of kids. They drop one child off at Piney Branch, they drop another child off at Takoma Park Elementary, then the mom or dad rides to the metro.
It's great because it helps people get to that bus stop they're trying to get to, or the metro station, which is maybe a 15-minute walk. They can get there on a bike or a bike share in just a couple minutes. We're here at 5th and Kennedy in the District of Columbia. This is the closest bike share station to Takoma Park right now. It's about a mile and a half away. And I'm just gonna walk through how you use the bike share. Every station has one of these kiosks here where you can pay, and if you're not a member, what you do is there's instructions here, so it shows you how much it costs and you know how it works, and you pay with your credit card, and you just pop it in here, and you follow the keypad instructions, and a little piece of paper with a number code will pop out right here. And then what you do with that little number code is you type in the numbers, and a bike will come right out, and you're good to go, you're rolling. I'm a member of BikeShare, which means I have one of these little BikeShare keys that you can order online, and it'll come to you in the mail. And it's really handy if you're a BikeShare user, because all you do is you come up to a bike anywhere and you insert your key, a little yellow light flashes, a little green light comes on, and then you just take the bike out and you're good to go. Now, I brought my helmet. Safety first. BikeShare also offers really inexpensive helmets for folks who don't necessarily have them, but a lot of people do anyway. And the nice thing about these bikes, you can see they're pretty heavy duty. They're step-through bikes, which means they're easy to get on and off of. Really easy if you're wearing all sorts of different kinds of pants or a skirt or something like that. And they have this nice space here with a bungee cord where you can hold stuff like your groceries or your bag. As you're pedaling, there's a light on the front and there's a red light on the back that flashes. There's 3 speeds here, and it's a twist shifter, so it's really easy to use. Before you get your bike out, you can change your seat height. I know I'm a 4, because I've used this before. Make sure it's on there tight, hop on, and then you're ready to go. So whether you're a member or you're just getting the bike as a day user or a 3-day user, the first 30 minutes of every trip is always included in the price that you pay. You can use it for unlimited increments of 30 minutes. Basically, they don't want you using the bike for more than that at a time because they want to keep the bikes in the system so that folks always have access to them throughout the day. You can use it for longer, but you start to get charged a little bit as you go. And so when you come back to the BikeShare station, you just hop off the bike, put it in. The green light means you're good to go. And carry about your day. The Housing and Community Development Department here at the city has been working with folks at Montgomery County Department of Transportation to locate stations where they would go in the city and work on getting them set up so that they can install the actual equipment. There will be 5 stations in Takoma Park. One of them will be right here outside of the library at the community center. The stations are all solar powered, so they need 4 hours of direct sunlight a day. They're all about 45 feet long, so we need the ample space. And we also wanted destinations, places where people wanted to go, people wanted to end up, but also where people were so that they could take it and either go somewhere else or go home or something like that. There's one station down Maple Avenue at Ritchie. There's one station in Old Town at the gazebo. There's one station at the Takoma Junction by the co-op. And there will be one at Washington Adventist University on Flower Avenue.
There's a new Takoma Park bike map. This can help you plan your route. I prefer if you decide on your route before you head out. This will help you biking to school, biking around town. I think that people will start to notice that there's a lot of biking around town. The kids will get the idea. They'll see the adults as a model of good behavior.
A lot of residents in town, in the city, already have memberships, and they're already using it in the district where they may work or where they're visiting on the weekends. Folks are really going to enjoy it. I think it's going to increase their options for how they get around, their mobility in Takoma Park. The District of Columbia will be adding a station right near the Takoma Metro. So for folks traveling, let's say between here at the community center and the Takoma Metro station, they could easily just take a bike to cut their 15-minute walk in half or even less. So I think there's going to be a lot of little short trips that folks are really going to benefit from using the system and the network from. We're in Rockville today at the launch of the BikeShare system in Montgomery County. This has been a long time coming, and there will be 2 stations in Takoma Park as part of the launch of the first phase today. They are at Philadelphia and Maple Avenue outside the Takoma Park Community Center, as well as on Maple and Ritchie near the Franklin Apartments and other apartment buildings on Maple. It's a big day. There were a lot of elected officials from the state and the county and the different jurisdictions here talking about the group effort and really ground-up effort from Montgomery County and citizens and activists to get BikeShare happening and rolling here. So it's a really exciting day. We're all very happy.
It's taken us a long time to get to this day, but we're here. I'm excited about it. It's an opportunity for our entire community in Montgomery County to join the rest of the region in bike sharing. It will be something that you can utilize in Silver Spring, Takoma Park, Friendship Hike, Bethesda, Chevy Chase here in Rockville, and it will allow us to get many people out of their cars, allow for convenience of access to work, to play, businesses and what have you. And so it's an exciting day, and we encourage people to utilize the bikes and to join the rest of the region that's now approaching 5,000 ridership of bikes. And so it's an exciting day for Montgomery County.
This is probably one of my proudest moments being an elected official on the county council, because people pushed us to do this back in 2006. What really encouraged me from the very beginning were all the activists around Montgomery County, but specifically in my own home district, Silver Spring and Takoma Park. This is the home of the bike advocates who really came to me early and they said, no one will move forward, will you help us? And that was in 2007. I was walking the halls of Congress looking for grant money to start the BikeShare program. And at the time, everybody kept saying it can't be done, it's going to be too expensive, but we never stopped. So working with the Washington Area Bicyclists Association, Bike, Silver Spring Trails, all these activists who've been out here for 20 years or more, some of them, trying to do a couple of things. One, finish the Met Branch Trail. My office has been very instrumental in making sure that trail money went in the CIP, and now we're going to finally be part of the regional trail network that can get people from Montgomery County to DC and to Virginia. I am so excited, I can't even tell you. My son, who is an activist with WABA, is a bicyclist and a bike racer, and so he has been my little angel on the corner saying to me all the time, Mom, you gotta do more, you have to do more. And so these activists, this is their day, and I congratulate them, and this is one of my proudest moments that we pulled all of these people together, and people understand it now. So we have access, people have access. They can choose. If you don't want to drive a car, you don't have to. If you want to walk the trail, you can walk the trail. If you want to bike the trail, bike the trail. My big concern right now is the infrastructure needs to catch up. Washington, D.C. did a very smart thing before BikeShare went live. They were striping the roadways, they were creating infrastructure alongside putting thousands of these red bikes on the street. We have to catch up, because in Montgomery County and Takoma Park is very interesting because there are different rules about where you can ride your bicycle. In Silver Spring, you can ride them on the sidewalk. this is creating issues already with pedestrian activists saying, how are we going to share sidewalks with bicycles when we don't even have room for pedestrians? And so once you move in this forward direction, you're going to start seeing lots of issues that we hadn't quite thought about are going to come up, but we're up for the task. You see the governors playing a role, the state legislatures playing a role. Our council has played a significant role in making sure that this money was available. So Silver Spring residents, Takoma Park, you're next. We're going to come out there and cut a ribbon when our stations are ready to go. And these are beautiful bikes. We're catching up with the rest of the world finally.
A lot of folks here talked today about the real goal of BikeShare in Montgomery County and how it's to improve quality of life for citizens, residents who are working and getting around, providing more options for mobility, either whether it's to get to work, visit grandma, go to the grocery store, see a movie. It's really going to help improve safety and sustainability and quality of life here in the county and in Takoma Park.
I'm so excited for today. I'm so proud of Montgomery County for their leadership. I'm so proud of the partnership that the federal government, the state government, the local government, the city government, and the private sector have put into making this BikeShare program off to a great start. It's a great start for us. We're catching up with other folks like in DC and in Virginia. But to connect this system with DC and Virginia, it's a beautiful thing, actually. I mean, people are really going to be able to get to where they want to go without having to get in their car. They can use mass transit to get to a BikeShare station, use the bike to get specifically where they want to go, and do the reverse commute. And that includes whether they want to go into Virginia, whether they want to go into DC, or whether they just want to go around in Montgomery County. So it really is, it's a wonderful day. With the additional revenues that are coming in with the Transportation Infrastructure Investment Act, over the next 6 years, we're programming $200 million for bikeway, bike path, bike share programs. So we're going to really ramp it up. I'll give you a little heads up on a meeting I'm going to have with Montgomery County, and I'm going to tell them that they're getting $1.4 million more for bike path, bike share activities, and $100,000 of that is going to go to Takoma Park to let them connect the end of their bike path to where their bike share station is going to be, which will disclose that connection and make it even easier for people to take advantage of this great program.
Today was the unveiling of the first 14 stations, part of the phase 1 of the program. It's going to grow to 51 stations in the county, and those will be rolling out over the next few weeks and months. And so we'll be happy to see stations popping up all over Takoma Park and Silver Spring and Bethesda and other parts of Montgomery County, and see the bikes really grow and more red bikes riding around.
The plans for the future is to include more stations, to make certain that we expand it throughout all of Montgomery County, and also to urge other communities to join in this. So to the degree that we have other communities throughout Maryland joining it, it makes for an ease access throughout the entire region so that you can go virtually everywhere within the entire Washington metropolitan region, whether or not it's in the district, in Northern Virginia, or in Maryland, and to obtain a bicycle for most of the kinds of activities that you do day to day.
What is a rededication ceremony?
The original dedication of Lee Jordan Field took place in 1981, and Lee was actually still alive when it took place. The rededication is the 25th anniversary of his passing. Historic Takoma thought it would be a great idea to commemorate the 25th anniversary by placing a sign and something permanent here in the space that would really symbolize Lee's contribution to the Takoma Park and the Takoma Park community. So that's where the idea came from. This project was a partnership between Historic Takoma, the city of Takoma Park, and Program Open Space of Maryland.
Lee Jordan would be a remarkable man if he was living today. He embodied everything we value in a leader. He changed the lives of kids and brought people together. And he did it with humor, strength of character, and sheer hard work.
How important is it to have a figure like Lee Jordan in Takoma Park's history?
Oh, it's incredibly important. Lee Jordan was the embodiment of kindness, honesty, loving everyone, taking care of people, making sure everyone was taken care of. If that's the basis for Takoma Park, and I believe that it is pretty much the basis, Lee Jordan really set a trend.
I can feel the energy and passion you have just talking about him and the topic.
The first day I walked into Takoma Park Junior High School, it was his face that I saw. His beautiful, smiling face, and he wanted to make sure that I was okay, because I was a little seventh grader and I was petrified of going to class and having to go to different classes, and I was sure that I wasn't going to make it, and he just set my mind at ease, and he took such good care of me all the 3 years I was here. He was just a magnificent human being, and I believe those of us he touched us in a way that we've passed on that kindness and goodness as often as possible.
Are you happy with the rededication and the ceremony?
Yes, this is fabulous. So many people in Takoma Park weren't here when he was alive. We've got a whole new, younger crowd, and he was doing what he was doing just after Brown versus the Board of Education, which was a very big deal, not in Takoma Park, but in other areas of Maryland, Montgomery County, and the country. So, as we just saw with the rededication or the 50th anniversary of Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, it was a big deal.
I have a citation from the Maryland General Assembly. It says, "Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to the family of Lee Jordan in recognition of Mr. Lee's contribution to our community as coach and mentor to the children of Takoma Park on the 25th anniversary of his passing."
My father, who just turned 80, used to say to me that everybody has two impulses in life. One is to fly like a bird and to take off, but the other is to stand like a tree. And Lee Jordan stood like a tree in this community and sunk very deep roots, and we see all the extraordinary fruit that has been born in the young people, in the sports that are still going on, and the spirit of productive play that we've got in Takoma Park.
How was today's rededication ceremony for you?
Today's ceremony, it was just incredibly awesome. My grandfather would be very happy today. We are happy. He just instilled so much into the community, and for the community to give back and honor him is an honor to us. And we really appreciate it, and his legacy will never die.
You let me know how I can work with you. I love to see you here in downtown Silver Spring. Spend money, have fun, enjoy the music, enjoy the beautiful fashion show, enjoy the food. Thank you for coming and making Montgomery County, Maryland your home. I'm a Calado. Thank you.
As you can see, people are here. We have the fashion show, we have the music, we have the food. We're celebrating cultural diversity to promote the joy of unity. The show is coming together very well. It's a community organized, grassroots organized event. Many have participated. To the most part, it's two Ethiopian businesses who work around culture that organize the festival. But we have a lot of partners, we have a lot of volunteers. It took about a year. We're very thrilled, we're very excited. We are one of the biggest community celebrations in Silver Spring downtown. The people are excited, people are doing great, so we're happy.
I've been introduced to the community by Tababu and Sarah Sefa. Tababu is a Takoma Park activist who launched the second benefit corporation in America, Blessed Coffee, to import coffee from his native Ethiopia and sell it here and promote coffee culture. Seattle has got Starbucks and Takoma Park has got Blessed Coffee. And that's just one example of the great lively commerce and culture that we're getting from the Ethiopian community.
This is a fantastic festival for the community. It not only showcases the many Ethiopian skills here that reside, the many Ethiopian people that reside here in the neighborhood, but also it gives an opportunity for all the rest of us Americans to see another culture and the magnificent performances they're putting on here today.
I think it's fantastic having such a diverse culture here in Montgomery County and Takoma Park and Silver Spring, and so I'm just happy to be a part of it and love seeing so many people out here.
What it's bringing is a vitality to the neighborhood, and bring the different cultures, people learning about everybody else, and they're reaching out that everybody's not a stranger. And in Silver Spring and Takoma Park area, that's the way we want it to be. It's one of everybody, and Ethiopians today are showing us their culture, and it's really exciting to be part of it.
This festival brings a lot to the community, both in sharing the cultural diversity that we have here in the Silver Spring, Takoma Park area, but also as a great economic boost.
It's a great opportunity to recognize and celebrate the contributions that the Ethiopian immigrant community has been making here in Maryland. And we have great music and great restaurants and great civic action from our Ethiopian friends and neighbors.
We're celebrating our diversity to celebrate our unity. This happens to be true in our community, and it happens to be true in any community, from Ethiopia to the world in America. We all have to celebrate our diversity in order to establish a profound sense of unity. Celebrating diversity to promote unity. Thank you for coming, for those of you, and for those of you who haven't joined us, check us out next year. Thank you.
This is 20 years of work. These don't, I mean, this one took, at least 8 months. And the etchings take, almost a year each. I've worked a long time on them. They're constantly changing. They're constantly growing. On one of them, I had to put 6 pieces of paper together because my image kept changing and kept growing, and I didn't want to start all over, so I pasted the pieces of paper together. You can hardly see the seams. I'm real proud of that. But I kind of work off the cuff. They always change while I'm doing it. If I see a direction I'm going in that I don't expect, I'll go with that, instead of having everything planned out to the last detail. It comes from a lot of different places. Nature is one, but it's not realistic nature. It's my impressions of nature. I like color, I like black and white, and I do both. I like to make a good design. I like to have my paintings be a little bit mysterious, even to myself. I don't like to understand them completely myself, so that the viewer has to come up with their own conclusions as to why I painted it. But beauty, I try and make something that's beautiful and interesting. And sometimes I succeed, and sometimes I don't. But even if I don't succeed, it leans towards the interesting side. Necessity is the mother of invention. So I have a mountain scene in mind, and I want it to be pretty, and I want it to be captivating. And I know I can get a good shimmering quality through pointillism. And it gets darker as it goes back. I like to use perspective, that's perspective there. And I want it to please the eye, but I don't want it to be too pretty. I don't want it to be like tourist art, and I don't think I ever do that. I hope they will come to the show and see all the other artists' work. Lindsay, Karen, and Sheila do really good work too. They're very accomplished artists too.